This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Richie Woodhall here in Liverpool. Richie, some knockout to end the night there by Nick Ball. Relentless, relenting. Just what did you make of that main event?
I thought it was terrific. Fantastic engine on Nick Ball. I think that's one of his assets, is that he keeps going, and I think a lot of his opponents think that he won't be able to keep the pressure up for 12 rounds, but he does. And I said it in commentary, he's a very good boxer in terms of using his jab, and people think that he's just a power man, short mid-range power puncher, but I tell you what, he sets up his attacks really well behind his jab, fast feet closing the gap, and he creates space on the inside, and he's accurate. So he's not just a big puncher, he's a very skillful boxer actually, and he works well with his jab, and that's why I like to see boxers working well with the lead hand, whether that's at long range, if you're 6'2" or whatever, using that jab, or you're short like Nick Ball and you're having to close the gap down and get the inside. So he boxes really well.
Seems to be that he somewhat broke his nose at some point earlier on in the fight, and those mid-rounds maybe seemed to cause him a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah, maybe, but that's, we've all been through that, where you break your nose, and that might be a nose break and there's blood running into your mouth. That can be a problem. But this is the fight game, man. You just get on with it, and that's what he did. He showed true champion, colours. And fair play to his opponent, that Ronny Rios, mate. What a tough bloke he is, because he had to weather storm after storm there. But it was a storm too many in the end, and probably took a few too many shots. You don't see many American corners throw the towel in, I tell you. So fair play to him. Ronny Rios takes two to tango. What a champion in his own right, really.
Richie, Jack Rafferty as well, turning it around with a stunning finish in his own right as well.
Mate, that was incredible. But I was saying in commentary there that the important thing there for Turner was Henry Turner was that he maintained his fitness, because if he wasn't fit enough, then Rafferty's going to come on strong at the end, and he did. But I mean, it was a hair and a tortoise job that was. Turner boxed really well in the first half of the fight. His skills, he's very, very skillful. He'll learn from it. He's only 24, so he'll come back from it. But you've got to give more credit to Jack Rafferty there, the way he came through that and believed in himself. Hadn't gone 12 rounds himself before either. Came through, believed in himself, got the confidence. That's a great win, because for me he was behind.
You've got Andrew Kane, Jada Herrera, and Jack Turner, all with stoppage victories as well. Just a night for stoppages.
Night for stoppages. Liverpool's a great town for amateur boxing, professional boxing. They're very well schooled boxers here. They know their stuff, the Scousers, the Liverpudlians. It's a great boxing city, it really is. So it's been Andrew Kane, for me, is one of the most exciting boxers in the country. Jack Turner, I thought, was excellent as well. Herrera, he's a Cuban who's got the skills. So, based here in Liverpool. So it was a good night for Liverpool boxing, I thought.
And Richie, obviously next week, a big night of boxing out in Saudi Arabia once again, with that main event, Beterbiev, Bivol. Can you split them now we're a week away? Yeah,
I've always said Beterbiev. I think Bivol, as good as he is, I think Beterbiev will be a little bit too strong. That's my opinion. A lot of people most people I speak to are going for Bivol because of his skills, and I get that. But that Beterbiev is such a hard man, and he can box as well. He's not just a tough guy. He was a very good amateur. He was an Olympian, so he's come through a hard school, in Russia, and he's a tough man. So I just think Beterbiev has got the edge.
Richie, just take me back 2 weeks ago, Wembley Stadium, Joshua Dubois, two men you'll know from their days at GB. Just your thoughts on that main event and how it all unfolded.
Well, I got the right result, just wrong opponent, because I actually thought it was AJ that would catch Daniel at some point. But you've got to give it to Daniel Dubois. He fought like a hungry tiger, he really did, or hungry lion, as they say. Took it to him, and fair play to him. AJ, I didn't think AJ recovered from that first right hand, to be quite honest, and that was puzzling a little bit. Only he will know whether he's done the training. But let's take nothing away from Daniel Dubois. A terrific performance from him. I expect a rematch. That'll be interesting. The night belonged to Daniel. It was a fight where he really come of age. Yeah.
Going into that fight, Richie, most people I spoke to, they never really gave Daniel a chance. They always felt that at some point AJ's experience would play a key factor. What do you think went wrong for him on the night from a tactical perspective? How would you look at it and break it down as to why he was so unsuccessful?
Well, it was always going to be a battle of the jabs, most certainly, and it was a 50-50 fight in that it could have been who landed that first big shot, and it was Daniel that landed that right hand. But I just didn't think it was a positive start from AJ. So, AJ's a tall man, and he's got a good jab himself, but he didn't use the jab. He didn't, and it was always a battle of the jabs, and Daniel came through it. So tactically, I just think that AJ got it wrong. He stood off when he should have used. He's got a slight height and reach advantage, but he should have used his jab a lot better to set up his backhand. But it was Daniel that established his jab and landed the first big shot. And after that first big shot, like I said, I don't think he really fully recovered. And then it was like quicksand. Then he was trying to get out of it, but it just got deeper and deeper. And Daniel grew in confidence and caught him with the better shot. So all credit to it.
Let me just get your thoughts, Richie, as a coach and as an analyst as well. Obviously, we've heard the conversation between Ben and the team to Anthony Joshua in the 5th round. Shane McGuigan was doing the live commentary on the night, and he kind of called against what Ben was saying, and he suggested that if he followed those instructions, it could be dangerous, and he said he could play out exactly how he did. What did you make of those two different analogies?
Sometimes coaches see different things, and sometimes you see a little bit more when you're stood back a little bit, and whereas when you're in the heat of the action, it can be a little bit different. So they're both good coaches, and it's just one of those things that young McGuigan has seen something there, and he's got it right. And but listen, Ben Davison is a good coach, but on the night it was Daniel Dubois' night, and tactically, he got it right, and AJ just wasn't quite there with his own boxing, and that's just the way it goes, mate.
Just a final one from me on it all, Richie. If we do see the immediate rematch like most people are expecting now, do you think Anthony Joshua can kind of reverse the result, or do you feel like Daniel's got his number, or do you think AJ should go a different route?
Well, I know Anthony Joshua, and I expect him to take the rematch because he is a warrior. There's no doubt about it. Whether going into the fight now, you've got to expect Daniel Dubois to be the favourite. He'd probably be the favourite for the fight. So it's a tougher fight now for AJ. It really is. And like I said, he's got to knuckle down. He's got to be even fitter than what he was. And it's going to be to turn that around. Yes, it's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible, because I always said that when I was up at GB, Daniel Dubois had the best jab that I ever felt at GB, and on the flip side, AJ had the best right hand that I ever felt on the pads. So when you have that sort of power, then you're one punch away from winning the contest. So it's not impossible, but you'd have to say that Daniel Dubois is a definite favourite going into the second fight.
Richie, I appreciate your time. Safe travels back home, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, Richie.